showing you a quick tip and trick today. One trick here. This is standing water. In order to create standing water, you have to create the ground at a level that's higher than where you're going to put the water. That's great. Unfortunately, you just end up with standing water. It just sits there. You cannot lower this ground and then suddenly have water that comes from here and turns into a river or rapids or just flowing water running downhill. Doesn't work like that in this game, sadly. The only thing you can create is standing water. The effects tools will give you the ability to create little geysers or splashers or sprayers of fountains, what looks like maybe a squirt gun type effect, like one solid stream, or these little splashes. You don't get the ability to create what you see here, which is running water. I'm going to show you what I did here and more of what I'm doing there to get this effect of running water, which looks like a river actually flowing through rocks and whitewater rapids. You have to get tricky with the game. You gotta manipulate settings so that you don't get these physics-based collisions where these rocks cannot be placed up against a path, or these rides cannot be placed up against scenery. You have to turn off some of the effects, these collision effects, so that you can do something like this. Create a log flume, run it through the ground, and then get creative about the way you manipulate the terrain tool through here so that you don't see the outside of the ride, you just see the water. You can also do the same thing with different scenery pieces, whether it's trees, plants, rocks, things like that, so that you kind of bury the outside of the ride and only have the inside of the ride, which looks like flowing water. So now we have the water flowing through the log flume ride down this little careening path here. And then if you just get creative with the way you shape the land, it looks a little more natural. And then at the bottom I put some rocks here, and then I created some of these little geysers down here to make it look like it's hitting the bottom and splashing. But at the end of the day, this part is still just the same standing pool of water. So I'm going to do a lot more of that up here as I create this in time, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what that looks like before I get going too far into this, so you can actually see the pieces under here. Same with this, I just wanted to show you. This is just the water of a standard water ride. And then when you run it through, eventually you cover it up with different pieces of terrain, and you got this really cool effect going just like right down here. Cover it up with the rocks. If I didn't have the rocks bordering on here, you'd see the side of a river raft ride. But since I buried it with rocks, it's a little bit time consuming, but now you get the whitewater rapids effect under here. So, pretty cool.